All right, this is still chapter 6.3. It's still transformations. We're going to do 11 through 13 all at once. It says, describe the transformations of f of x represented by g of x. Basically what this is asking, if I started with this function and I moved a few things around to get to this function, what have I done to get from the f of x to the g of x? Okay? So you got to look at the differences. It's not just saying, oh, well, it's that, it's that, it's that. No, you got to see how it's different. So the first difference I notice is, well, we've added a negative out front where it wasn't there before. That's an equal sign. Yeah, there wasn't a negative out there before. So it reflected. So it's a reflection. Reflects across the x-axis. Because y's move across the x-axis. Okay. The second thing I notice is we got nothing added on the inside, but all of a sudden we're subtracting a 5 on the inside. So the inside subtracted 5. So it's a shift. We're subtracting, so it's a shift. But remember, it's inside, so everything's backwards. The effect it has on the graph is not left 5, but really right 5. Remember, it has the opposite effect on the graph, the way it looks when you're said and done. Right. And then the last one, this is the tricky one because you got to think what is happening to it. I started with a positive 5 on the outside, and I ended with a negative of the positive 2 on the outside. So we didn't shift up 2, which is a lot of people's initial reaction is to say, oh, well, it's a positive 2, so we went up 2. Actually, it is a negative 3 because we started at positive 5 and went down to positive 2. So this is a shift down 3. Okay? Just shift down 3. Number 12 and number 13 operate along the same types of principles. 12 says, write a rule for G if a horizontal shrink by a factor of 5/6 followed by a transfusion of 10 units left to the graph. So basically you're starting with this, but then you're horizontally shrinking by 5/6, and you are translating 10 units to the left, which basically you are shifting 10 units to the left. So first things first, I need to multiply the inside by 5/6, which in really is backwards. Remember, everything is in backwards. Instead of multiplying by 5/6, I need to divide by 5/6, which, if you remember, the way you divide by a fraction is by flipping it. Okay? That is a horizontal shrink, believe it or not. Alright, and then we're going 10 units to the left, which doesn't, you would think, subtract. But left is an x value, so it's really adding. So we get a plus 11 on the inside. And that plus 5 on the outside stays the same. Alright? This does not become a negative 9 because we're going left. To show that on the inside, we got to show it the other way. All right, and the effect is going 10 units to the left. All right, try number 13. Pause the video and try number 13. All right, number 13. Write a rule for G. If G is a vertical shrink by a factor of 3, so we're shrinking by 3 vertically, we're shifting 4 units up. Okay, so they're both outside. Vertical is a Y, so that's outside. Shifting up is a Y, that's also outside. So nothing is changing on the inside. So I still got that 15x on the inside. And if I'm shrinking by 3, I'm really dividing by 3. So you can either say divided by 3, or you can put multiplied by a third. I'm tempted to put multiplied by a third out there, that's fine. And then last but not least, we're going 4 units up. So I need to add 4 units to the outside, so instead of a negative 6, it becomes a negative 2. Your natural inclination is just going to be straight up put a positive 4 up there instead of a negative 2. But remember, we're not starting at 0, we're starting at negative 6. We're moving up 4 from that spot. Alright? And that's how you do it.